right into it. Today, we're going to cut through all the noise and really dig into the science of your own health. We're going to talk about what it actually means to be well, how to move our bodies the right way, and, how to manage our health as life throws different things at us. So let's dive in. So let me start with a question for you. When you think about being healthy, what comes to mind? Is it just not having a cold or not being injured? I mean, that's how a lot of us think about it. But as you're about to see, that's really just a tiny, tiny piece of the puzzle.
Okay, so first things first, we need to expand that definition. Let's look at what real wellness is all about and why it goes way beyond just not being sick.
And here it is. This is the official definition, and honestly, it's a total game changer. Just look at the words. It's not just about your body. True health is a state of complete well-being. That means physical, mental, and social. It's the whole package. It's a completely holistic way of looking at ourselves. This is so crucial. Health isn't just something that happens to you, right? It's an active process. Health promotion is really all about giving you the tools to take the driver's seat, to have more control, and to actively, intentionally improve your own well-being. So, this idea of being active brings us to a really, really important distinction. I mean, are you just moving more, or are you actually training smart? Let's break down the difference, because it matters a lot. Okay, think of it like this. On one side, you've got physical activity. This is pretty much any movement you do throughout the day. Taking the stairs, doing chores, walking the dog, it's all good stuff, but it's usually unplanned. Then you have exercise. Now, exercise is a specific kind of physical activity. It's planned, it's structured, and you're doing it with a goal in mind, like getting stronger or building your endurance. This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? Exercise isn't just about, burning calories. It's so targeted, so effective, that it's the absolute foundation of physiotherapy. It's a legitimate tool used to heal injuries and get people back to functioning at their best. So now that we've got a handle on the how of movement, let's talk about the what. What are we actually working with here? Let's apply these ideas to something that's critical for our health, understanding what our bodies are actually made of. And believe me, this is a big deal on a global scale. We're talking about over 300 million people around the world affected by obesity. And that number is climbing every single year. So yeah, understanding our body's makeup has never been more critical. So what even is body composition? It's actually pretty simple. It's just the ratio of two main things in your body. Your lean body weight, that's your bones, muscles, organs, all that good stuff, and your stored body fat. The key takeaway here, it's not about the number on the scale. It's about what that number is made of. And this leads us to another super important distinction people often mix up. The term overweight simply means your total weight is higher than what's considered a standard norm. But that extra weight could be muscle, right? Like in a bodybuilder. Obese, on the other hand, specifically means having an excess amount of body fat, and that's what's linked to serious health risks. Okay, so how do we measure all this? Well, you've got a classic trade-off. On one hand, you have lab methods like DEXA scans, which are incredibly accurate, but they're expensive and not easy for most of us to get. On the other hand, you've got everyday methods like BMI, or just a simple measuring tape for your waist. They're super accessible, easy to do, and still give you some really useful clinical info, even if they aren't perfectly precise. Speaking of BMI, here are the standard categories from the World Health Organization. Now, for most people, this is a pretty decent starting point. But you have to remember its one big flaw. It only looks at your height and weight. It has no way of telling the difference between a pound of muscle and a pound of fat. So for a really muscular athlete, BMI can be a pretty blunt instrument. But for the average person, it's still a good initial guidepost.
All right, we've defined some of the challenges. Now let's talk about the solution. Probably the single most powerful tool we have in our arsenal for managing our health.
I mean, wow. You really can't say it any better than that, can you? The science on this is just undeniable. Regular exercise doesn't just reduce the risk of premature death, which is huge. It also flat out enhances the quality of life for pretty much everyone. It literally adds life to your years. And the list of benefits is just staggering. It lowers your resting heart rate. It decreases your blood pressure. It reduces bad cholesterol. It helps your body handle sugar better. It helps you maintain an ideal body weight. It even reduces nervous tension and strain. It's like a full body system upgrade. And speaking of tension, let's talk about stress for a second. At its core, stress is just the body's general purpose alarm system. It's how your body reacts to any demand that threatens its internal balance, what scientists call homeostasis. But here's the wild part. Stress has been linked to somewhere between 50 and 70% of all illnesses. That is just mind-blowing. See, your body handles stress in 3 distinct phases. First up is the alarm. That's your classic fight or flight response. If the stressful thing sticks around, you move into adaptation, where your body digs in and resists. But if that stress just keeps going on and on, you eventually hit exhaustion. Your resources are totally tapped out, and your systems, like your immune system, can start to break down. This is exactly why managing stress is so critical, and why tools like exercise, which we know reduce tension, are such a powerful countermeasure. Okay, so how do we take all this science and apply it during big moments of change in our lives? Well, let's look at a perfect example. Pregnancy. For the longest time, the common wisdom was that pregnant women should just rest and avoid exercise. Well, it turns out that's a total myth. We now know, for a healthy pregnancy, that mild to moderate exercise is not only safe, it's actually really beneficial for both the mother and the fetus. And the benefits are huge. We're talking about preventing excessive weight gain, maintaining heart and lung fitness, potentially reducing problems during labor, having a faster recovery after birth, and even helping to lower emotional stress. It's a win-win-win. But, and this is a big but, it has to be balanced with safety. Of course, it is absolutely crucial to know when exercise is not okay. Things like high blood pressure, a history of premature labor, or any unexpected bleeding are all red flags. These are clear signs to stop immediately and talk to a doctor. Safety always, always comes first. So there you have it. We've gone from what it means to be truly healthy to the difference between just moving and exercising with purpose, all the way to how these ideas can help us through major life events. The science is pretty clear. So the only real question left is the one right here on the screen. Now that you know the science, what's one small step you are going to take, maybe even starting today, to really own your health?